here to make Christmas metal again. Welcome to a very special Christmas episode of Dark 5. No, I will not be talking about gross consumerism or the stupid war on Christmas, which I'm not sure what that actually is. I'm pretty sure it's just people wanting to say Merry. You're allowed to say Merry Christmas if nobody, I am a Jewish person living in America. You're allowed to say Merry Christmas. I'm not gonna talk about all of the negative stuff surrounding Christmas because there is aplenty, but no, I want to celebrate this holiday. Despite being Jewish, I want to celebrate the joy of Christmas and I want to spread that joy to you. And what is more joyous than a half goat, half demon scooping up naughty kids? Nothing. So welcome to a very Merry Krampus episode. So who is Krampus? Krampus is essentially the yin to Santa's yang. It sounds dirty because guess what? It is. Santa's job is to spread joy and presents to all of the good kids around the world. But what about the bad kids? Sometimes coal in the stocking isn't enough. Sometimes a bully needs to get snatched. And that's where Krampus comes in. He drags the naughty kids to his lair, tortures them, and then eats them. Pleasant. I don't want to give away too much of the fairy tale surrounding it because Sapphire is going to help me out with that one. So how did it start? Despite being Santa's counterpart, Krampus actually didn't start as a Western Christmas thing. The story of Krampus actually dates back to pre-Germanic paganism. By the way, if you don't know what pre-Germanic is, it just means like super old, like before Germany was Germany, pre-Germanic. You get it? Before Germanic. Good. I should be a teacher. Krampus comes from the German word Krampen, which means claw, and supposedly he is the son of Norse god from the underworld, Hel. Get it? Like hell. Germany and Austria are incredibly weird and rock and roll places who decided to keep the story of Krampus alive by holding a festival every year. For hundreds of years, these festivals persisted and it became as ingrained in their culture as fireworks on the 4th of July. Just like with anything fun that has ever existed, old men tried to ban the Krampus festival. First time was in the 12th century when the Catholic Church tried to ban it because of Krampus's resemblance to the devil. That's the point. They're always missing the joke. The Catholic Church is always missing the joke. It's like your mom that's like, could you explain it to me, sweetie? No, then it's not cool anymore. Catholic Church. And then the Austrian Conservative Christian Social Party tried to ban it again in 1934. Wow, you guys sound really fun. But nevertheless, Krampus persisted. Much like I talked about in the Friday the 13th episode, when an idea becomes so deeply ingrained into a community's psyche, it's almost impossible to shake it. The fear of Krampus ascending from hell to torture and eat children was so real that not even the threat of God being pissed at them could stop this festival. They were so scared that Krampus would punish them for not honoring him, they blew off the Vatican. If you're keeping score, that's Medal 1, Christian Conservative Social Party 0. Conservative Christian Social Party sounds like they're the people who bring Lay's potato chips to a potluck. They're the ones who like tell the chaperone at the dance that somebody spiked the punch. The Christian Conservative Social Party sounds like a rager at Mike Pence's house. Here's a very cool thing that happened. Turns out not everywhere in the world is as xenophobic and hateful as America. Huzzah! And also, oh God. I'm so sorry. A couple of years ago, there was an influx of Syrian and Afghan refugees to the alpine towns of Austria that happened to coincide with the Krampus festival. Understanding that some of the Krampus imagery can be, just straight up horrifying, the locals decided to educate the refugees about the history of Krampus. Instead of building a wall around the refugees, the townspeople gathered to share their culture with their new incoming neighbors. And that's a pretty beautiful thing. Maybe that's why American conservatives are so against immigration. When they're confronted with somebody's actual meaningful culture, they just feel so much shame. But all I have is hot dogs and guns. Get your traditions out of my here face. Blake Shelton for president. Sorry, that was ranty, but I feel strongly about a lot of things. The fear is real. Oh, y'all, the fear is still super real. In 1950, the Austrian government passed out pamphlets that said Krampus is an evil man. The idea that they spent actual government money to print out real pamphlets about a half-demon, half-goat demigod is some Hercules shit, and I am here for it. I wish everybody took mythology this seriously. If Proposition Beware of Loki the Trickster isn't on the next ballot, I denounce democracy. Honestly, that's not too far-fetched. I'm moving to Austria where they believe in the true spirit of Christmas, which apparently is a demon goat eating your babies. That's my spirit of Christmas. Well, that's the history of Krampus, but what about the stories? What about those old stories that Austrian grandparents tell their grandchildren every Christmas? What could possibly scare a whole country so badly that they felt a duty to honor that fear every single year? You know what? I think Sapphire might be able to tell you a story that'll help you understand that fear. Hey, Sapphire, you want to tell them something scary?
Outside in the snow, we heard a loud howl, the crunching of ice, and an animal growl. I heard it sniff by our window pane, then a deep, throaty laugh, and saw red eyes like flame.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Dark 5. Happy holiday season, and if you're watching this in a time that isn't the holiday season, happy right now. Subscribe to Snarled, turn on the little bell for notifications, and leave me a comment of your favorite half-demon, half-goat child eater. It's not me. I'm full demon.